One might assume the salary of the Vice President of the United States of America is gigantic. After all, this is definitely not the typical 9-to-5 job. But you might be surprised about just how much a world leader like the VP makes.
Show me the money! Derek, you better yell! Show me the money!
Let's start with the fact that salaries for elected officials are controlled by the federal government. To get a raise, a bill has to be passed through Congress, and we all know how that process can go. Yes, salaries of our president and vice president have risen over time. Consider that the president would only make $25,000 per year in 1789. Of course, for the time, that was an incredible amount of money. According to officialdata.org, in 2020, it would be equal to over $739,000. Meanwhile, in 1969, the presidential salary was $200,000. By 2001, that number was $400,000 and has stayed at that level until now. So depending on how you look at it, the compensation for the executive officers of the United States has arguably gone down over the years. What a raw deal.
Come on, Mr. President. Show me the money.
As far as vice presidential salaries go, Mike Pence reportedly made $230,700 as second in command. That number was frozen from 2010 and at one point was under review for an increase. Unlike the top job, the vice president's salary is subject to cost of living increases. USA Today reports Pence's paycheck increased by 1.9% in 2019, as did those of other government workers. So how much would Kamala Harris net stepping into the White House role? It's likely that Harris would make the same amount of money as Pence, which again was $230,700 last year. Of course, this is a large chunk of change, but given the scope of the job, it is not as much as one might expect. In any case, Harris could likely donate the money if she chose to, given that in combination with her husband Douglas Emhoff's income, she is pretty much set without it. Harris and Emhoff, who was a lawyer at an international firm, reported $1.9 million in income in 2018, according to Fortune. Their net worth may be as high, reportedly, as $6.3 million. In fact, Harris was one of the wealthiest Democratic candidates for president in the 2020 cycle. It may surprise many to learn that according to Forbes, some estimates rank her as having more money than even Joe Biden, whose 2018 tax return reported $4.6 million of income. Meanwhile, Harris previously earned a paltry by comparison government salary serving as San Francisco's district attorney, attorney general, and then in the Senate. Her earnings were $128,000 per year before she wed Emhoff in 2014. More recently, the accomplished 56-year-old netted considerable earnings from her book deal for The Truths We Hold, a sum that is estimated to be over $320,000.
It's just money. It's made up.
All of that to say that a six-figure vice presidential salary probably figured very little into Harris's decision to step up as Joe Biden's running mate. But there's no doubt she would work hard enough to earn every penny and then some. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about the latest hot topics are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.